Okay, hi guys. So there's a bunch of different videos I've been making and editing that I want to upload. And I'm going to upload in the next few days, but this was a video I kind of got the urge to make today. I've kind of wanted to do it the past few days, few weeks actually, since the quarantine started. Something I'm very vocal about and something I want my channel to keep growing about is mental health, and any advice I could give or resources or whatever it may be, or even just sharing my experiences so others know they're not alone. I really wanted to talk about how the COVID-19 has affected my anxiety, and ways I'm trying to get through it. And I mean, it works every day. It's just, anybody that struggles from anxiety, and even if you don't have anxiety, this is a very, scary thing that's happening. So anyway, I guess I'll just start with whatever. It's gonna sound silly, but when Ebola was a big thing, my daughter was much younger at that point, and I remember everybody thought it was funny that I was so paranoid, but it's like I was so worried about her getting sick or me getting sick, and then she doesn't have a parent. It wasn't funny to me at all, and then seeing all the people that did suffer from it was just heartbreaking. And when I first found out about the virus, it was still being called the Wuhan virus, or Wuhan. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I was so scared. I remember everybody was like, it's okay, it's not going to come here, and I was like, but there's always a chance that it did come here already. And it's just, I know it sounds negative, but again, that's my anxiety speaking. I don't want to always think that way, it just sometimes comes out. I have anxiety making this video, but that's why I felt like it was so important to share with you guys, because I think it's normal for anybody to be scared, but we all are together in this, and everybody's working their hardest, and all essential workers are helping us so much, so it is something we'll get through. It's just very hard and scary to know how many people are dying and how many people are suffering right now and how many people are hungry. It's just very upsetting. With that being said, though, I have really tried to avoid watching the news too much. Obviously, I do look at the numbers. As I've said in a previous video, I live relatively close to an area in New York. With also, our numbers are one of the worst in the country, which I had no idea that was a thing. Well, I knew it was a thing, but I thought we were lower than that. And it made me sick finding out oh my gosh, we're way worse than I thought. And then just people I know having it, and then being scared to death of if my daughter got it. It's and then just seeing some of the footage I've seen on the news is just so heartbreaking. And it's we need to know what's going on, but I just don't want to oversee it either, because it's a very scary reality that we're facing. I guess in this time, during the quarantine, I think the number one thing I've done that's helped me stay centered and calm is reflecting on myself, and not just reflecting on negative or positive, but trying to understand my anxiety and where it's coming from in ways I can better my life overall, maybe than even before the quarantine. I really wanted to get back into fitness and health, and I've been working out, and I actually have a few videos about that. I don't know if anybody would be interested, but I might upload those. But looking at myself as a person and who I am and who I want to be, and it's just it's been a really good time for me mentally, but also a very bad time mentally. So it's hard to juggle that, but there's the anxiety with it. I mean, as I said before, people even without anxiety disorder, general anxiety disorder, you're gonna feel a little bit of anxiety, especially people whose loved ones were affected by this. You're gonna feel upset. So it's very difficult to try to wrap your head around all of it at once, especially I had to claim unemployment, which is something I never thought I'd have to do. And I'm sure all of us, everybody that's ever had to do it, never thought they have to do it, but it was just so crazy how things changed so quickly, because whenever I first found out about it, everybody was telling me not to worry about it. And then as it got bigger and bigger, I saw people being concerned, but we were all still working. And I work in a place with very much foot traffic and a lot of like interactions with many different people a day. So it was just very scary. But I remember like even then I was like sanitizing all the way up my arms, and I would sometimes, I know this sounds gross and do not do this, but I was sometimes like dabbing on my face even, I don't know. But I was so nervous. And then like the week before we were quarantined and like everything was shut down, I remember I kind of had like a mental breakdown because I was like, what if we all get this from being here? Like, this is actually scary now. And then we got shut down. And it's like, but how many people were exposed to it then? And I'm not trying to be, again, I'm sorry, that's my anxiety talking, but like that's just where my brain was going, and it was panicking. I just remember feeling like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna get sick. And like, thank God, you know, nothing happened, but still. Seeing so many people's loved ones, like the pain of losing a loved one anyway, like, I don't care however it is, like, it hurts. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna have grieving. And in a time like this, I can't even imagine the pain it feels to grieve. So anybody watching this that has lost a loved one due to this, I don't mean to be religious, but like I send my thoughts and prayers to you. You know, it's just, it's very hard to see, and it's very hard to like even imagine. But I have literally started to meditate again, which has helped. Sometimes it's hard to meditate, but I really have to get in like the right mood. I listen to music that gets me calmer, and I can actually do it pretty well now. I might do a video on that if you guys are interested. That would be a cool video, especially with everything going on right now. But like, I meditated, with the self-reflection though too, like things I liked about myself, things I'm starting to notice that maybe I didn't like about myself. Like maybe I, you know what I mean, put other things above other things that I shouldn't have, or whatever it may be. But it's like, I'm trying to learn myself and grow, like in this dark time. Like I'm trying to do the best thing I can other than enjoy time with my daughter and just grow myself as a person. And try to be supportive for others as much as possible, because right now we all need support. It's very scary how this is like turned out. It seems like it started so fast, but like there were warning signs for so long, and it's just so confusing sometimes to think about. Yeah, I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, I remember whenever I found out that there was like US cases, I seriously thought I was having a heart attack. And I know like anxiety attacks can do that, but like I have never had one that bad. And I've had a few where it felt like that, but I could not breathe right. And like, I just kept thinking like, hopefully this doesn't spread. And we knew it would though, you know what I mean? Viral things spread fast. And I'm just so grateful that, you know, steps have been taken, but still, to anyone who's lost somebody, I am so sorry. And my thoughts are with you guys. But yeah, okay, so meditation, I've also like gotten into reading again. I've always loved to read, and I read all the time off and on, but I've really read things I love reading. Like some older books, Defending Jacob, I started reading again. It's a really good book. But there's a ton of them, and it's like, I'm getting my joy of reading back. I'm getting my joy of art back. I have an art video I'm going to be uploading. I'm enjoying spending time with my daughter, because I have more time with her than I ever like have in the past how many years I've been working. So it's like I'm trying to take the anxiety away with just surrounding myself with positive things. Now don't get me wrong, of course it's normal to feel anxious and it's normal to feel scared with this, but just try to remember that you are not alone with this, and you do have people around you. And even if they're not right next to you, and just know support is there, and we will all make it through this, and hopefully this is over sooner rather than later. But we will stay safe. Just please practice like social distancing. I've even been staying like 10 feet away from people just to like respect space. I know it sounds stupid, but you know, my thoughts and prayers are with all you guys, and I am going to upload more positive videos. I just felt like this is something I want to touch base with, since I do like to talk about my anxiety and PTSD, why not talk about this with you guys? But I will see you guys soon, and I hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy. I'll see you next video. Bye.